Hi, this is TJ Sullivan, and I got a new microphone, so hopefully the sound will be much better on this video than in some of the previous ones. Today I want to talk to you about dealing with your officers in your organization, whether it's student government or fraternity or sorority or whatever. If you're president, you probably have noticed that sometimes your officers who are normally very, very engaged and doing a lot of work and always showing up and who are, your rocket fuel of your organization, you notice that sometimes they get really pissed off and frustrated. They start telling you that they can't handle being in this position and they want to quit and they don't think it's working out, and they get very personally frustrated sometimes in the middle of the semester when you need them most. Okay, this is fairly common. The reason is that these officers are your top third student leaders in your organization. They are highly invested. They take everything your organization does very, very personally. They sacrifice a lot of other things in their lives to do things for your organization, and they care about every single little thing going on in your organization. And because of that, they can get very, very frustrated. I often say that your job as president of your organization, the biggest single thing you need to do is to watch the morale of your other officers, of your other top third student leaders in your organization. Because if your officers, your leaders in your organization aren't feeling good, aren't feeling validated, if they are feeling unappreciated, you're going to have a major problem. So one of the things you need to do is you need to always watch and see when your officers are feeling stressed out, right? It could be for a number of reasons. It could be because the boyfriend, girlfriend is fed up with them spending all their time working with the chapter. It could be because their grades are going down. It could be because they never get to work out or sleep or eat. There's a lot of different personal health, wellness, mental wellness sort of things that could be at play. But sometimes the biggest thing you have to do is just sit them down, let them vent, let them express all the things that are pissing them off, and then try to help them put things in perspective. I say sometimes, like for example, an example I use a lot is the treasurer who gets really fed up and thinks that everybody hates him or her and no one's paying their dues and they're sick of having to beg everybody to pay their dues and that kind of thing. A lot of times what you have to do is just sit down with the person and say, show me the list. Show me the list of who hasn't paid, let's look at it. And when you do that, you often find out that it's not that many people. It's a handful of people. And sometimes you can just help them get past that mental roadblock that they're having. Maybe make some calls with them, go visit some of the people who owe money to the group, that kind of thing. Help them get past that roadblock that they're in right now where they're feeling invalidated and ineffective. And often they'll get a sense of perspective and click back into what they need to be doing, Keeping people feeling good and validated and important is really important. You can't just go on autopilot and assume that everybody likes their job, that everybody's able to do their job, that the other stresses in their life aren't interfering with their ability to do their job. When top third students get frustrated in their organizations, they start lashing out. They start having emotional reactions to everything. And so watch for that. Watch around your exec meeting, see who has a negative attitude, see who's feeling frustrated, see who is suddenly closing down. Watch for the body language, this at their meeting, that kind of thing. And then find some time. Take a walk with them, find out what's going on with them, find out why they're frustrated, find out if they just need to talk about it. Sometimes you don't have to solve the problem. Sometimes you just need to listen. That's a really good lesson, by the way, in relationships too. Sometimes you just need to listen and be supportive and just nod and go, yeah, I hear you, Sometimes that's enough for these top third student leaders, just to be heard, But if they are having problems, if they are unsure how to do their job, if they're unsure how to get around a certain problem, maybe they need you to invest in them. And remember that sometimes these student leaders are going to feel stupid for not being able to do this themselves, right? They're going to feel like, I should know how to do this. I'm sorry, I'm being such a pain in the butt, that kind of thing. They vent it and then they feel bad for having vented it. So just tell them it's okay. Hey, we all get frustrated. We all sometimes feel like what we're doing isn't, working or isn't important or people don't appreciate us. I appreciate you. I want to help you. I want to be a resource to you as your president of your organization. I think this is part of my job, is to help you be effective and feel good about what you're doing. And sometimes that's enough. So anyway, watch for those emotional roadblocks. Try to be the cheerleader, the counselor, those kind of things. Don't always solve their problems. Just listen, be helpful to them. And a lot of times your top third student leaders, your fellow officers will get back on track just from doing that. So have a good day. Thanks so much. Happy October.